After all, I did get a couple of incisions put into my knee. But the thing was, the CBD seemed to be helping quite a bit. So I thought, let's take it to the next level and put it onto the wounds. So I'm going to show you how I applied it to my wounds. And this is why I noticed the most beneficial aspects of the CBD. Just recently, I had my knee operated on. Now, there were 2 incisions done, one on the internal and one on the external side. And basically what the problem was that my kneecap was out of place and it needed to be put back into place. And what the doctor did was basically 1 incision, and he stuck a camera into the kneecap to see what was going on. Now, he knew that there was a bone that had to be removed, or some fiber, I think he put it, that had to be removed. And that caused him to make a deep incision into the kneecap, which caused a lot of swelling. And then he also found that on the right-hand side, there was some damage caused because, like I said, the kneecap wasn't in the right place. So that caused some strange sort of rubbing, which damaged the external side. So he had to sand something down. So I had 2 incisions done. And on the internal side, that's where the most damage was done and where the biggest part of the operation was done. The deepest incision was done on this side. Now, the doctor gave me 3 things to do, or 3 things to take after the operation. The first was Clexan, which is an injection. It's not the best thing to do. You have to stick it in your stomach once a day, every 24 hours. And what that does is it helps thin the blood. Now, the doctor said that what the problem is when you have an operation is that because this area, or the area that was operated on, goes through such trauma and causes so much swelling, it's important to get all the blood into that area so that you can heal it properly. If the blood can't get through to the area, then it might thicken, and I think it might clot. I think that was the gist of it. So Clexan thins the blood and allows the blood to really flow through the whole area. So that made sense, and I had to take that. That was the most important drug that he said to take. The 2 others were ibuprofen and Tramadol. Now, I decided not to take them because I'm not a fan of taking too many drugs. I really thought that injecting myself with some sort of blood thinner was more than enough. And I thought I would go the natural path to try and cure myself. Now, lately I've been reading a lot about CBD. And I've been taking CBD personally. I had been taking it for a while. And quite frankly, I have witnessed some of the effects, some of the beneficial effects. So I thought, why not try it out on my knee? Why not take CBD instead of the 2 other drugs, which were supposed to be anti-inflammatory and painkillers? Now I thought, okay, the CBD, there's a few ways of taking it. I first started taking it orally. So I would put it in my shakes, and then I put it underneath my tongue. So the first day after the hospital, immediately I took some CBD. Then the second day I took some more CBD orally. I was just putting it into shakes. But then I thought, okay, I'm going to have to try different ways because it seemed to be helping. Obviously, I was also icing my knee. The swelling has gone down, as you can see. My knees kind of look similar now. It's been a week and a bit. And the doctor said that, well, I probably would be feeling quite a bit of pain because, after all, I did get a couple of incisions put into my knee. But the thing was, the CBD seemed to be helping quite a bit. So I thought, let's take it to the next level and put it onto the wounds. So I'm going to show you how I applied it to my wounds. And this is why I noticed the most beneficial aspects of the CBD when it was applied to the wound directly. Not taken in orally, not ingested, but I just put a few drops on each of the wounds, on each of the scars or the cuts, massaged it for a few minutes, and then put the plaster on top. And the next day, just like magic, my knee seemed to be getting even better. And I'm going to show you, I got these 2 cuts on my knee. Obviously, the best way to go about it is to actually rub the CBD straight onto the wound. I'm going to show you up close what it looks like. So my knee's cracking quite a bit. I got the 2 scars right there. And this is what I was doing. I did this 3 times in the past week, and I ingested 3 times as well, 3-4 times. So in my opinion, what I found worked the best was actually applying it straight to the wound and massaging it. So you don't need to go crazy. All you need to do is take a bit of CBD and you place a couple of drops right on the wound. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. And now you just rub it in. Okay, make sure to rub it in. And that's what I was doing. So it's going to take a couple of minutes. It also feels a bit weird because I got the stitches there. And when you rub on the stitch, it feels weird. Doesn't feel too pleasant. But just massage it. Obviously, if you can watch something at the same time, it'll take your mind off it. And this is what I found to work the best. Okay, so I just took a shower just before. So you also want to make sure that you're nice and clean so that you're not getting it infected or anything. Make sure to clean it. Make sure to have clean plasters. And this is where, honestly, I could see what Nate Diaz was talking about after that fight with Conor McGregor when he was smoking a CBD vape pen. And then that really put CBD on the scene because a lot of fighters now have started to come out and say that they're using it for their recovery. Even rugby players and football players, a lot of athletes in general are using CBD. So I thought, look, why not? But this isn't the crazy part. The craziest part is this. When I went to the checkup yesterday with the doctor, this is what I thought was going to be quite interesting because previously, before the operation, I asked the anaesthetist what he thought about CBD. Now, everyone in the hospital, it's not strange. You can understand why they do it, but no one seems to be guiding people towards the natural medicine route or alternatives to drugs. And everyone was kind of skeptical. They were all evasive, more, should I say, not skeptical, evasive. Because when I asked the anaesthetist, what do you think about CBD in terms of helping with inflammation? He was like, what's CBD? Now, I knew he knew what CBD was because I saw it in his face, but he was avoiding the whole thing. He was like, oh, I don't know what CBD is, which is a bit weird because right now that's what everyone's talking about, CBD and medicine. Especially the World Health Organization just came out with a report, a very interesting report. It's over 25 pages, 30 pages. And it talks about all the benefits of CBD, from cancer to anxiety to inflammation. So he just brushed it off. But then the really interesting part was yesterday when I went to see the doctor. So like I said, Monday was when I had the operation. It's Tuesday today, so it's a week and 1 day. So after a week exactly, I went to see the doctor. And he checked me out. He asked how I was doing. I said I was doing fine. But I said, there's one little problem. I'm not taking the drugs you told me to take. Is that bad? And will it affect my recovery? He said, what? You're not taking the drugs? I said, I'm taking one of the drugs, which is the Clexan, because I thought that was quite important. You know, I didn't want to get any clots. And I wanted to make sure that I could get all the blood into the area to help speed up the recovery. But I said, yeah, instead of taking the drugs, I didn't want to take them. I decided to try this thing called CBD. And he was, I saw his face. This was the interesting part. Because every time I ask, I look at them just to see what their expression will be. And he had this weird little smirk and he said the exact same thing as the anaesthetist. What's that? And I was like, what do you mean, what's that? You don't know what CBD is? So we started talking. I started asking him a few questions just to see what he was on about. Because I'm like, look, you're a doctor. You should be on the cutting edge. And then I just said, yeah, CBD is an extract from the cannabis plant or from the hemp plant. And it's just really good for inflammation. It helps fight inflammation. And it's got a whole other bunch of health benefits. And we started talking about the report, the World Health Organization. And this is exactly what the doctor said. I could tell he knew a little bit about it because when we were talking, he wasn't oblivious. So I thought, well, what the hell? But he just said, look, it's not the end of the world if you didn't take the other two drugs, the ibuprofen and the tramadol. They said, if the CBD works, do that. And don't take the other drugs. So, okay, it's obvious. If something's working, do more of it, right? And like I said, the CBD seems to be working quite well. But the doctor didn't seem to want to promote CBD, even though it is helping and even though he may believe in it. I thought that was a bit weird. If you can promote something that can help you so well and has zero side effects and is healthy and cheaper, why not use it? So I thought that was interesting. And I think I got kind of a confirmation from the doctor that CBD does work. Like he said, if it works, do it. And I can tell you it really is working. So the CBD I have here is 10% CBD. It's 10 milliliters, 10% CBD. So you want to make sure that you got some form of elevated percentage of CBD. You don't want to buy these. Just do your research on the CBD. I'm going to try and link up a few CBD brands below. You can smoke CBD as well. You can vape it. But I think the most effective is the oil. If you can't get your hands on oil, then the second best thing is to smoke it. Simple as that. But like I said, oil, you can apply it straight to the region. Now look at that. I've massaged my leg for the past couple of minutes. So nice and rubbed in. Also, CBD helps with the healing. So hopefully I won't scar too badly. And that's it. Now you grab yourself some plasters. Now these aren't the best plasters, unfortunately. But they'll do the job. I don't want to get any dirt in there or dust or I don't know what. So I just place the plaster over the cup. Take the other one, place it over the cup. And that's it. That's how you heal yourself with CBD. It's not very difficult. And I'm amazed. I'm blown away because I was skeptical myself. I was like, really? Like, I've smoked CBD before and well, when I smoked it, I had stomachache, and 10 minutes after smoking it, half an hour after smoking it, I didn't have a stomachache anymore. So I was like, that's weird. And when I take CBD in my shakes, I do feel a bit better, but you never really know. You always wonder, is it a placebo effect? Here I can tell you it's not a placebo effect because I rub this in before going to sleep and I wake up feeling great. Now, I rubbed it in early on in the day. I think it's 4 o'clock now. We'll see how I feel throughout the day. But honestly, if you're suffering with aches, pains, you have a knee injury, you just had surgery, you want to get over it quickly, I think CBD would be a good addition to it. Now, I'm not a doctor. I can only tell you from experience. I'm not promoting any brands here. I'm just saying I didn't want to take the drugs. I didn't want to take any painkillers. All I wanted to do was do it natural. And what happened was, okay, it did hurt a little bit, but after 3 days, the pain had gone. And let me tell you, for the first 3 days, I was taking the CBD orally pretty much, and the pain wasn't even that much. And then when I started applying the CBD straight to the wound, the pain was even less. I don't know. That's just me sharing my experience. Hopefully it works for you. And if it does, leave a comment. Let me know. I'd love to know because I'm curious. What I'm trying to do at the moment is get as informed as possible on CBD. I keep asking a lot of people questions, how they use it. I've heard that it works really well for anxiety, but you got to get the dosage right. But CBD, what a magical product from a magical plant. That's insane. Anyway, I'm going to link up a few companies below that sell CBD, that's value for money, that's good quality, so that you don't get ripped off and that you can try it out for yourself. Hopefully it works for you. And if this video was helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.